Let's move to the fourth type of receptors in our body, which is intracellular receptors. And we have discussed these receptors when we were starting the topic of pharmacodynamics. These receptors, as the name describes, are found inside the cell. So we have the receptor here in the cytoplasm. And as we learned that the ligand that binds to this receptor must pass through the cell membrane. And in order for the ligand to pass through the cell membrane, it must be lipophilic enough or lipid soluble to be easily transported or to pass easily through the phospholipid bilayer of the cell membrane. So our ligand will enter or will diffuse through the phospholipid bilayer and gets into the cell and binds to our receptor. Then our receptor with the ligand, this complex, is translocated into the nucleus. Okay? By the way, our receptor could be found inside the nucleus from the beginning. So either our receptor is found in the cytosol and then translocated into the nucleus, or either it is found from the beginning into the nucleus. Okay? Either way, our receptor or our receptor complex of the ligand, our ligand receptor complex, this is found now inside the nucleus. Then it binds to the DNA and specifically to something that is called transcription factor. And what does transcription factor means? Transcription factors are molecules that are found on DNA that either stimulate or inhibit gene expression. And what does the gene expression give us? Yes, it gives us proteins by transcription and translation. So this complex of ligand receptor binds to transcription factor on the DNA, causing stimulation or inhibition of gene expression. So by stimulation of gene expression, there are proteins that are formed inside the cell. Okay? And these proteins would give us actions. These proteins could be channels, could be enzymes, or whatsoever. We would discuss this later on when we are talking about the mechanism of action of some drugs that are acting on intracellular receptors. Okay? And example of these receptors are the steroid hormones receptors. Okay? So this type of receptors and their action takes much time than the other type of receptors. It may take from hours to days because it depends on making proteins or the synthesis of proteins, and these synthesized proteins would give the action. So the action is not direct from the ligand, but it's through the proteins that is synthesized from the action of the ligand. So intracellular receptors, they are taking in their action hours to days. On the other hand, ligand-gated ion channels, their action may take milliseconds to minutes. It happens very quickly. Okay? So now we have discussed first and third and fourth type of receptors, and now we are going to discuss the second type of receptor family.